I am Scott Stanton, the original Tombstone tourist, and once again we are back at Oak Lawn Cemetery in Fairfield, Connecticut. This is a beautiful, beautiful cemetery. That's because it's also an arboretum. Now, our next subject today has at least 4 gravesite videos in YouTube, and not one of them tells you where exactly the wonderful actress, producer, and all-around great human being Mary Tyler Moore is buried. So let's go see her final resting place. As you drive into the cemetery on Cemetery Road, you will come to a receiving vault. That will be on your right-hand side. You go past the receiving vault and you veer to the left. Section A is on your left. Section B is on your right. Section C is on your left. And then you come to Section D, where Mary is resting. So let's go take a look and see how we can find her grave. You turn at the Peck Monument and follow me. This is a beautiful angel, but this is not Mary Tyler Moore's angel. Hers is a little further up. With a beautiful lake view. So Mary got her start as a Happy Hot Point dancing elf for the Hot Point appliance commercials that ran live on the Ozzie and Harriet show in the 50s. She took that success and went on to appear in a number of TV shows, Richard Diamond PD, Johnny Staccato, Surfside 6, 77 Sunset Strip. She did about 12, 14, always well received in her appearances. And then she tried out and became Rob Petrie's wife, Laura Petrie, on the Dick Van Dyke Show. That ran for 5 seasons, garnered a whole lot of awards, and made her kind of a household name. At this point, she met her second husband, Grant Tinker, and in 1959, they formed a production company. And that production company was called MTM Productions. And their very first idea was the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And as we all know, that ran for 7 seasons, highly successful, garnered 29 or 29 Emmys, and that record was only broken by, wait for it, the sitcom Frasier. So she had a great run during those 7 years. In addition, they produced some of the most iconic television shows, the Mary Tyler Moore or MTM Productions, if you see in the credits, and they did everything from, you know, the spin-off of a Mary Tyler Moore show, the Lou Grant Show, the Rhoda Show. They did WKRP in Cincinnati, Hill Street Blues, St. Elsewhere. So after all Bob Newhart Show, the list goes on and on. Early and mid-70s, super successful. Mary Tyler Moore went on to have a couple of successes, but you know, life isn't all roses. She had a lot of tragedy in her life. The one that affected her the most was the death of her son. He was loading and unloading a shotgun, and accidentally the gun went off and killed him instantly. To this day, I still read that it was a suicide or suicide question mark. No, it was an accident. The gun manufacturer was made to take the gun off the market because the trigger mechanism didn't work. So it was truly a very sad accident, and she felt even worse because she felt like she hadn't given him enough time. She was a successful television star. She produced 12, 14, 20 successful shows, however many. Life was good, but then she got divorced from Grant Tinker. She met her husband, Robert Levine, who was truly the love of her life. They were married 34 years before her passing. Funny thing, a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, Mary had health issues and Dr. Levine was her doctor. That's not quite how they met. Close though. He actually made a house call to Mary Tyler Moore's house and he was Mary Tyler Moore's mother's doctor. And after the second visit, he said, you know, if you have any emergencies, please call me. Here's my home phone. And she said, is loneliness an emergency? And he said, absolutely. They went on a date after that, and they were married, as I said, for 34 very successful years. Great couple. As far as her show business career, it didn't really do all that well afterwards. She had the failed Mary show with, if you remember, David Letterman was her co-star, a very, very young David Letterman. And that only lasted less than a season. They cut it off. And she couldn't get her footing after theirs. She had a couple of successes. Obviously, Ordinary People was a great film, and she was nominated for an Oscar in that. But then back when she tried to get back on Broadway, even Neil Simon infamously wrote her a nasty letter that said, look, if you can't memorize my lines, get out of my play. So, you know, it was a bit of a struggle, but in the end, she had something like 7 Emmys, personally 7 Emmys, and multiple other awards, plus she won the hearts of America. She is truly an icon, and she is truly missed. She's only been gone for 5 years, and as you can see, this grave is well kept, and there's always mementos down at the base. And it is truly one of a thrill to be here today. Interesting note, she was a Fox viewer, and she used to have Fox News channel running in her house late into the evening every day, according to insiders. So who would have guessed that that was part of her makeup? But Mary Tyler Moore will truly be missed. And if you want to see any of the videos and photographs and articles, you can come out to my website, thetombstonetourist.com, and I'm happy to show you all of those great things, all the way from black and white to her color days with Lou Grant. And she had a wonderful, long career, and she truly will be missed. Thank you. I'm Scott Stanton, the Tombstone Tourist. You have yourself a great day.